Now, because pretty much all of these platforms have comparable features and they're almost identical in every way, whether you're using Microsoft Teams or Zoom or perhaps Google Hangouts or other ones, we're going to be using Zoom as the main platform for us to go through our examples today. But just keep in mind that they've got almost identical features anyway. So let's first look at getting the very best quality video feed. So on the menu bar, click Preferences and open up your settings. Once you're there, go down to the Video tab and make sure that the highest quality option for video is enabled, which is normally HD. This will ensure that your video feed is clear and optimized for the best quality, which is also very helpful if you plan to record your calls. And this is something that we'll get into in a later video. Also, make sure that Mirror My Video is deselected. Now, this can be a really handy little hack if you might want to have text readable in your frame or anything else that won't benefit from being reflected backwards in your video feed. Now, let's look at lighting. First impressions are everything, and nothing will set you up for success more than if you have a prospect who can see you, communicate with you clearly in a well-lit, well-considered environment, as opposed to something that is dark and there's too much light behind you and it just resembles a teenager's bedroom. All of that has to do with lighting, and you have two basic options here. The first and best option is to take advantage of natural light. So if you're in an office or a room or an area that has a lot of sunlight, natural light coming through the windows, the best is to make sure that it's facing you, that you are not positioned behind it or facing away from it. It needs to be shining at you so that it can really illuminate your face and the rest of the environment that's visible on your call. Don't face away from it or have it behind you, because that would create a silhouette and hide you in darkness completely. That's not what we want. If you don't have much natural light, the next option would then be to invest in an inexpensive but very useful LED light. Now, there are various options available on Amazon, and you could very easily purchase something with a stand that allows you to mount it on your desk or perhaps next to you. You can position it near or perhaps above you so that it doesn't cast too many shadows and pretty much has the same effect as if you were near a window and had access to natural light. Personally, for me, I like to use both natural light and an LED light in my video calls, so feel free to experiment a little bit on what works best for you and how you could be taking advantage of getting the best kind of video feed, because ultimately you're setting up a template, you're setting up a look and feel for what it's like for prospects to engage with you and really give them a good experience of what it's like to be dealing with you. Lastly, your webcam. So most smartphones and laptops have decent inbuilt webcams that will pretty much do the job quite well. However, the only time that you should consider purchasing an external webcam is if your inbuilt one cannot shoot at standard definition or higher. In other words, if your webcam can't do 720p or higher, you should consider getting another one. You can get very high quality external webcams at really inexpensive prices that will allow you to record at 1080p or at full HD, high definition, really easily, because they're nifty little devices. They can be compatible with almost any type of machine, and you'll find that it'll be well worth the investment, especially if your current webcam does not get you that quality video feed. So I'd really recommend looking into an external webcam if that is the case for you. In the next video, we'll look at audio.